squats instead, or you can just do some air moves without, and then also you'll want the front handlebars. So 60 minutes, we're going to be working off the front, the back of the machine. We are going to be working a little bit on the sides of the machine for leg sweeps, so you'll just need a little bit of room there. We are going to start without cables. We're going to add cables about halfway through, and then we will work with cables for a little bit, and then at the end we will take them off. So just know that you're going to put them on and take them off just once. We're not going to do it throughout class. Front handlebars on your machine. If you don't have them, totally fine. You could even grab a chair, or we could use that platform instead. So we're gonna start today in our reverse wheelbarrow. Hands are going to come to the carriage. Knees are going to come to your front platform here. Meet me there in 10 seconds. So knees are on your front platform. Hands come to those carriage rails in 5. One light spring here is 4, 3, 2, 1. Push those hips out. They're right above microformer. Wrists start right under our shoulders here. I want you to roll those knuckles down. I want you to wrap those elbows in a little bit here. And we're going to slowly push that carriage towards the back through the hinge in our shoulders for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. We come in just as slow. 4. Come in 3, 2, and 1. That is your full range of motion right there. So continue this wheelbarrow. I want you to continuously press those shoulders down your spine. Keep them in their pockets. Press them away from your ears. I want you to make sure that you're not looking way forward. You're also not dropping your chin into your chest. You're looking about, I'd say 6 inches above you to maintain that neutral spine here. So remembering the only movers are those shoulders, the hinge in your shoulders as you push that carriage away from you and as you come back in. Keep pulling that belly into your spine. Hips are nice and still. We're going to push this out and hold it here in about 10 seconds. So remember, 60-minute class today. Let's make sure that we spread our energy out equally. Let's send this carriage forward in 3, in 2, and 1. Send it to your challenge point. Lower back never drops. If it did, you're too far. Come back in a couple inches. Hold it here. Hold it here. Come in an inch with me. Press out 1. Here's 10. We come up to our high plank. We're going right into our reverse bear in 5. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come up to those toes for me. Push into your high plank. Nice flat tabletop back. Hips do not move. The only thing that's going to move here is the bending of the knees. They come in under your hips. They stop right under your hips. Think of that 90-degree angle on both legs. And we slowly straighten them back out for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Nice flat back. Hips also do not move. Beautiful. Keep pulling that belly into your spine. Keep pushing that chest up and away here. Nice little warm up. We're getting the upper body nice and toasty, specifically those shoulders, triceps, and lats, as well as your core. Keep it up nice and slow. We have 15 seconds until we hold those knees in under the hip line. If those shoulders are by your ears, press them down. Meet me with those knees under in 5. Knees under hips in 4. 3, 2, 1. Meet me there. Now I want you to drop those knees down an inch. Lift them up 1. Down 1. Up 1 for 8. We drop down to our forearms. Stay in our plank in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop down to your forearms for me. Hold that forearm plank. Now from here, we pike those hips up for 4. Nice straight legs, just slight bend in the knees. 3, 2, 1. Come down just as slow. If this is too much, if you need a break from your planks, you can go into our ab crunch. This will be done through rounding your spine. where our plank to pike maintains that neutral spine. You've got this. Less than 30 seconds. We'll get a break from our planks after this. We're gonna go into our giant reverse wheelbarrow in just 15 seconds. Hands come to that back platform or the ground, knees to the carriage in 10, in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So knees come to the carriage here, hands to the back platform or the ground. Now, just like in the beginning, we let those knees out. We're in our modified plank. I want those shoulders stacked right above the wrists. And just like our plank in the front, the only movers here are the hinging of your shoulders. So core is strong and still. Hips do not move. I want you to try to get your legs down on your carriage. I know it's tough because the carriage is smaller, but I don't want those heels all the way up by your booty. We're trying to deactivate the glutes and really focus on upper body and core here. Nice job. You're doing so good. Getting that heart rate up. We're gonna hold this back in 10 seconds to that challenge point. In 5, in 4, in 3, 2, 1. Press it back for me. Hold it here, you've got it. Hold, hold, don't let that lower back drop. Pull it in a couple inches if you feel any pressure there. Now come in 1 inch, press out 1. We come in 1 and out 1 for 7, for 6. Meet you with those shoulders stacked above the wrists in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shoulders above the wrists. Hold it, hold it. Now we go into our straight arm ab crunch. So no longer maintaining that neutral spine. We're going to round the spine, crunch in, look back at your knees to accentuate the rounding, and slowly come out. We are going to move those hips today. They're not going to stay completely still, but don't think of the hips being the one that's making this movement happen. This movement is happening through the rounding of your spine. Nice job. As those knees go back, think of one vertebrae releasing at a time. Going so slow here. So we are in that straight arm ab crunch. The only move in Lagree that we don't maintain that neutral spine. Think of the middle of your back being pulled up by a piece of string, creating the rounding through the rest of your back. Nice job. Already have that shake activated here. If you don't, go slower. Move with more purpose. Make that mind-body connection happen. Think of those abs crunching here. Nice job. We're going to hold this in 5, in 4, 3, crunch in with me, 2, 1, crunch it in, look back at your knees. Now little pulses in for 10, drop to your forearms in 9. We go inchworm, which is combining your saw and ab crunch in 4, in 3, 2, 1, drop to those forearms. We'll give those wrists a little break. Let those knees out. So now we go into saw, which is just like wheelbarrow, but we're on our forearms. So we hinge through those shoulders, push your body weight towards the front. We slowly come in until the shoulders are stacked right above the elbows, and then we crunch it in by rounding through the spine. So in saw, your spine is neutral. The movement is happening through the hinging of your shoulders. As soon as those shoulders are stacked right above the elbows, then we round through the spine and add that crunch. Nice job. We're almost through this warm-up. We're gonna go right into our right side of obliques after this. So stick this out. You're doing so good. We have 20 seconds until we hold that crunch in. We're gonna pulse it out to finish. Keep rounding through that spine as you crunch in. 10 seconds until you meet me in that challenge point of your crunch. In 5, in 4, 3, 2, 1. Little crunches in. Round that spine higher and higher. Here's 10. We go twister. Hands on those front handlebars. In 5. Right foot in front of left on the carriage. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take it all the way to the front. If you don't have front handlebars, this is where you would use your chair, or you can use that platform instead. So right foot in front of left, toes face the left, hands are on those handlebars. Now from here, you're slowly opening that carriage up. Now we want to specifically drive through that right heel, pull the feet in under the hips, and slowly release it back out here. So shoulders are set back just a teeny bit from the wrists. Nice flat back here. We're really not letting those hips move. We're just focusing on the movement happening through your feet, driving that carriage in. Remember, the twisting of your legs here, the crossing, is what's creating more tension in that right oblique. I want soft bends in the elbows so they're not locked out. We do not let those shoulder blades wing. We push that chest up and away. Beautiful. Activating those shoulders, lats, and those triceps a bit once again. So remember, even when it feels like we're doing a lot of core in our Lagree classes, we are doing a lot of upper body here as well. Our upper body so far has stabilized us in every single move we've done. Nice job. It's a 4 count in, and it is a 4 count out. Do not speed through it. It won't make it easier. Nice job. We're going to hold those feet in under your hips in just 10 seconds. Beautiful. Meet me there in 5, in 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it there. Now little pulses in. Last 10. We're going to drop that right forearm down to the front platform. Knees to the carriage. We'll go side plank. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. So we're facing the left here. We're going to do this modified. If you want to take it up a notch, you're welcome to go on your feet. But just know we will be in a plank after this. So do whatever you need to do. Right shoulder is stacked above that right elbow. Knees are on the carriage. Nice job. So that your left knee is in line with your hip and your shoulder here. Beautiful. Those hips are stacked right on top of each other. Don't let that left one go out. It really needs to stay right on top of that right one. That's how you're going to feel this in that oblique. Now I want you to reach those fingertips up towards the sky, and we're gonna lift that left leg up off of that right knee. Now from here, I want you to slowly swing it until it's right in front of your right leg, and swing it back here until it's back in line with your hip. Nice job. Now do not let that right hip drop. You're using that right oblique to keep it lifted. Beautiful. Like I said, if you want to take it up a notch, you're welcome to come up off of that right knee and come onto your foot instead. But just know our next move is going to be in that plank. It's going to be a twisted bear. So I want you to be able to do that. Nice work. You have 15 seconds left of swinging this left leg until we're going to hold it and drop that left knee back down. Meet me there in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. Now dip that right hip down an inch. Lift it up 1. Down 1. Up 1. Do not tank all your weight into your right shoulder. Send it back into that right oblique. Down 1. Up one, last 10. We're going to go into our forearm twisted bear in 5. Forearms come to the platform. They are centered. You're facing the front in 4, 3, 2, 1. So drop those forearms down to the front platform. You are in your center plank, forearm center plank. You're looking down, just looking up about 3 inches. Now from here, you're going to bring your knees in towards your left elbow and straighten them back out. So your feet are not stacked today. We are in that forearm plank, everything's centered. And as we bear in, knees only come to the left elbow before straightening back out. Beautiful. I want you to make sure those hands, those palms are facing the ceiling. We're not holding on for dear life here. Nice job. You have 30 seconds. We're gonna go right into the other oblique after this. We'll go right into twister for the left side in 15 seconds. Beautiful. Here's 10. We bring our hands to those front handlebars. Left foot in front of right on the carriage in 5, in 4, 3, 2, and 1. So left foot in front of right on the carriage. Toes now face the right. Hands are on those handlebars, or you can bring them to the platform. Shoulders are set back just a couple inches from the wrists. Now slowly straighten those legs. Let your carriage go out towards the back. Drive through that left heel. Pull it in a few inches. Now you're going to be able to see microformer, the words, the entire time. You're not ever coming in anywhere close to the platform. So think of that nice big gap here. It's a small range of motion. That's okay. That's how we're going to get those maximum results. So don't think just because it's a smaller range of motion that it means it's easy or less results. Sometimes it makes it more challenging. Beautiful. Warming up your left oblique. We're going to do our left oblique, and then we're going to go into our lower body. So you're almost done with this aspect of core. We'll do some more with the cables towards the end of class though. Beautiful. Keep pressing through the left heel. We're going to bring those feet under the hips in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it there. Now come out an inch and in 1. We go out 1, in 1. Meet me in that side plank. Left forearm down to the front platform. We face the right in 4, in 3, 2, 1. I bring my knees down to the carriage. I pivot to face the right. I drop my left forearm down to the front platform, and I get into that side plank position. Remember, take it up a notch, come up to your feet. Right knee, both knees, are in line with the right hip here, and that shoulder. Knees are stacked. Beautiful. Hips are stacked. Don't let that right one come out. Make sure it stays directly above that left oblique. Now reach those right fingertips to the sky. Lift and straighten your right leg. And from here, slowly send it out in front of you and pull it right back. So yes, you're going to notice that right glute working a little bit here, but we're really focusing on that left oblique. If your glute gets too activated, just let that right leg come back down. Don't let that left hip drop down. Use that left oblique to scoop it back up if you notice it dropping. We have 15 seconds left of the leg swings. Before we set that leg, we bend it in and bring that knee back on top of the other one in 5, in 4, 3, 2, 1. Now let that hip down an inch. Use that left oblique to pull it back up 1. Here's 10. Meet me in that forearm plank. We're centered again in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Meet me in that forearm plank. We are centered. Chest is centered. Hips are centered. Palms face up. Shoulders stacked above the elbows. Now from here, those knees come in towards the right elbow, and you straighten everything back out. So think of dancing bear, but we only are doing one side. That's how we're really getting into that left oblique. Nice job. Keep going nice and slow here. You have 25 seconds. We go one heavy spring, runner's lunge in 15. We're gonna start with that right leg in 10, in 5, 4, one heavy spring, 3, 2, and 1. Let your carriage come in, at least one heavy. So I personally just like one heavy. If you're really strong in those legs, maybe you want one heavy, one light. Right foot comes up to your front platform. Left foot comes to your carriage. You pick where you want that left foot. The closer it is towards the front, the heavier. The closer towards the back of the carriage, the lighter. We're gonna drop down to the bottom of our lunge in our right leg, really pressing through that right heel here, making sure our hips are squared, chin is out of our chest. Now from here, I want you to slowly bend that left knee in until it comes under your hip line. Keep driving through that right heel, straighten that left leg back out. So your right toes are light. All that weight is planted in that right heel. Let's make sure that that knee does not move as we straighten that left leg, so that right knee stays stable as we straighten your left leg and bend that knee in under the hip line. Beautiful. If you want to try to get deeper into it, feel free to grab those handlebars, but we're not transferring our weight into our hands. So if we're hinging at those hips, we're making sure that spine stays neutral at an angle. We're not taking weight out of the lower body. We're keeping it in that right heel. So good, so strong. Remember, this class is about endurance. 60 minutes is a long class for Lagree. Beautiful. So we really need to keep connecting to our breath, not letting it work against us, but instead work for us. Let's oxygenate that blood, giving us the energy to do a 60-minute class. Let's bring that left knee in under the hip line in 5, in 4, 3, 2, 1. We have two 90-degree angles in the legs. Let's bring those hands to prayer. We're in that split lunge position. Let's press through that right heel. Come up an inch, drop it down 1. You've got this. Up 1, and we come down 1. Here is 10. Only an inch up, only an inch down. Here's 6. Here's 5. Meet me at the bottom in 4, 3, 2, 1. Meet me at the bottom. Back to full range. You have 20 seconds left. Full range of motion. After this, we're gonna turn around. Right foot will come onto the carriage. Left foot to the front platform. We're gonna go into heavy escalator. You have 5. You have 4, 3, 2, and 1. So heavy escalator. Left foot is on your front platform. Right foot is on your carriage. I want you to think of reverse runner's lunge here. So we drop down to the bottom of our lunge in that right leg. If it's too heavy, just drop your left foot to the floor. Beautiful. Hold it here. Hold it. Hold it. That back leg is nice and straight, just a slight bend in that knee. Your right hip is in line with your right knee. Your right ankle's right under that knee. Now press through that right heel. Escalator, but it's heavy. Come up with me. 4. Come up 3, 2, 1. All the way down. 4. All the way down. 3, 2, and 1. Back heel stays lifted to protect that lower back here. So keep that back heel nice and high. It's not a reverse runner's lunge. We're actually coming up, straightening that right leg, and coming back down. So good. You have 15 seconds until we drop it down to the bottom of this. Remember, if it's too heavy, bring that left foot to the ground or move that right foot on the carriage closer towards the back platform. Too light, make sure that left foot's up on the platform and your right foot's close to the front platform on the carriage. Meet me at the bottom in 5. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Little carriage kicks forward. Forward, you've got this. Kick that soccer ball forward. Don't let that left leg move. Core is still. Kick that right foot forward. Forward for 10, for 9, 8, stick with me. Here's 6, here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Full range of motion, 20 seconds. Come up 4. Press through that right heel. Here's 3, 2, 1. All the way down 4. All the way down 3, 2, 1. You have 10 seconds. You're going to reach down, come to one light spring. We're going into our light floor escalator in 5, in 4, 3, 2, and 1. So take your heavy spring off. Whew, that shake was activated there. Right back into the same exact position. Everyone's left foot is on the ground. If it wasn't before, it is now. Press through that right heel. Slowly send it out. Right hip does get in line with that right knee, but it never drops below that. Press through that right heel. Come up with me. 4. Up, 3, 2, and 1. So I love having that left foot on the ground here because we can't cheat through this. We can never straighten that right leg all the way with your foot on the ground. So it makes it really maximizes that burn, maximizes that shake. Nice job. How slow can you go? Let's get just as low every single time. Remember, it's the same challenge coming up out of the lunge as it is coming down. We're resisting any temptation to let the carriage take us down. We're making sure to use the strength in our bodies to do that. We drop down to the bottom in 10 seconds. Meet me there in 5, in 4, 3, 2, 1. Meet me there. Now slowly send that carriage forward and back. Forward and back. Here in those carriage kicks. Kick that soccer ball forward and back. Get a little bit deeper here. Here's 8. Here's 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ankle under the knee. Full range of motion. Press through that right heel. Come up with me. 4. Come up with me. 3, 2, 1. 20 seconds right here. We're going to hook those cables on. We're going to go 2 light springs. We're going to go into our leg sweep. You're going to come down to, if you're looking at the back, you're coming to the left side of your machine. Both cables come onto your carriage in 5, in 4, 3, 2, 1. So add one more light spring here for me. 2 light springs total. Flip your cables on. You're looking at the back of your machine and you are on the left side. If you are looking at the back, the cable that's furthest from you, go ahead and set on that carriage. The cable that's closest to you, you are going to bring to you're coming to the other side, so drop down to your left hip. Looking at the back, you're on the right side. Left hip is down. Your left forearm comes somewhere around number 2 or 3. You are in that modified side plank position. And from here, you start with that ankle right in front of the hip. You're gonna, same thing, drive through that heel. Slowly pull it back until that ankle's in line with your hip. So I'm just gonna show you over here so you can see what I'm doing. Your right forearm is down. The closer towards the front, the less resistance, less tension you'll have. Foot starts right in front of the hip, and you slowly sweep it until that leg is nice and straight, back in line with your hip. So we try to come in until the ankle is right in front of the hip to the side. We drive through that heel, pull it in until that leg is nice and straight. Nice job. This one's so good for the booty. This should be a total booty burner here. Remember, if you want more tension, scoot further away from the front. If you want less tension, scoot closer towards the front. Perfect. We're gonna straighten that right leg in 10 seconds. Straighten it in 5. Squeeze that glute as we sweep it in. Here's 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten that right leg. Hold it. Hold it. Little clockwise circles. It's small. Clockwise circle with that right foot. I want you to make sure here that you're not laying all the way down. We have to keep our heart rate up. So push up and away from that left forearm. And that left hip is in line here with that shoulder and elbow. Now counterclockwise circles. Little small circles here. Really feel the outer thigh kicking in as well as your glute. Here's 5. Here's 4. Straighten that leg in 3, 2, 1. Now slowly bend the knee in until that leg is at 90. Press through that right heel. Straighten that right leg back out. So we bend that knee in until that leg makes an L. That leg is at 90 degrees. Then press through the heel. High five the wall behind you. Last 30 seconds right here. We're gonna go into our micro super lunge. So you're gonna grab your other cable. After this, we're gonna stand behind your machine. Here's 12. Here's 11. So slow. Here's 8, 7, 6. Grab your other cable, 1 in each hand, and 4. Facing the front, 3, 2, and 1. So facing the front here. Here, you have 1 cable in each hand. Right foot is in front. Left foot is back behind you. Now from here, we're gonna lower that left knee down. So split lunge here as we row it in. Those arms come right behind us. Press through the right heel. That's what's going to slowly lift you. So split lunge. All I want you to think about is lowering that left knee down, and then you drive through that right heel to lift back up. With those cables, we're adding that row. So elbows come straight back, engage those lats. You release the tension of the cables, but not all the way, as we lower that knee back down. If you don't have cables, feel free to do without. I promise you'll still get into that right glute. Nice job. We're not speeding through this. It's not about how many reps. If anything, think about as few reps as possible. Chin stays out of your chest. So good, so strong. We'll drop down to 1 leg spring after this move. We're gonna go into our froggy kicks. I know that booty's burning. Good, that's our goal. We're gonna drop down to the bottom, 2 90-degree angles in our legs in 10 seconds. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Make sure that right knee is right above the ankle. Hold it, hold it, hold that row in at your challenge point. Press that through that right heel, dip down an inch, lift up 1. We dip down 1, lift up 1 for 10. For 9, we're gonna hold at the bottom. Make sure you're holding this row all the way in. Here's 5. Hold at the bottom in 4, 3, 2, 1. Now little pulses just with those arms. You're in your hold in that lower body. Here's 10. Here's 9. We're gonna go back to full range in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come up with me. 4. Up with me. 3, 2, 1. All the way down. 4. Here's 10 seconds. Drop down to 1 light spring. Here's 3, 2, and 1. Quickly take one of your springs off. throw your left cable onto your carriage. You're gonna put the right handle on your foot. Now, I don't have the foot straps. If you do, you might need 2 light springs. You can also always use the hand attachment here instead. Now from here, I want you to externally rotate that right knee out. You're in a tabletop position, so that right knee is externally rotated out. Your knee is in line with your hip. Now press through your heel, slowly straighten that leg, and you come in until your right knee is back in line with your hip. So think of here, that knee starting up at that hip height and never comes below that because it's externally rotated out to the side. You press through that heel, send it out, slowly stop when it's at 90, slowly press it back out. Woo, nice job. We're trying not to let that right hip come way high here. Our goal is really to keep them even. I know it's hard, especially on the micro, but that is our goal. We're pressing up and away from those hands. Woo, really feeling that right glute here. Nice job. You're almost there. We're gonna go into scrambled egg in 20 seconds. Beautiful. So like I said, I'm using the hand attachment. If you're using the foot loop, you might need 2 light springs. Here's 10. You're gonna straighten that right leg in 5, in 4, 3, 2, 1. So that hip is no longer externally rotated. Both hips are now facing the ground. Chest is centered. Your right ankle in line with your hip. Nice straight leg behind you. Now we lower those toes towards the bottom right corner of the ground. Slowly scoop it back up. So you're now getting into that right oblique once again. Yes, you're gonna feel it in your glute too, but the higher you come up, the more you'll feel it in that glute. If we stay lower, the more you'll feel this in that oblique. So it's really up to you here. No matter what, those hips are not moving. Hips stay completely still. Your core is nice and strong. Upper body, nice, still, and stable. Only thing moving, right leg. Dipping your toes down towards the bottom corner. Slowly lifting right back up. Now you should be able to potentially take your weight out of your left hand here because the weight is in that right hand and left knee. We're gonna drop those right toes down to our challenge point in 5, in 4, 3, 2, 1. Dip them down for me. Come up an inch, drop it down 1. We come up 1, we drop it down 1. Here is 10. Here's 9. We go torso twist. 8. Sit down on your tailbone in 5. Behind your machine 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a seat behind your machine. We go into our tailbone torso twist. Your right hand is on top. Now from here, you use that right oblique to twist through the torso to the left. I love it on your tailbone because it's making it so no matter what, you don't move those hips. Hips are completely still. If you want to take it up a notch, lift your heels off. You can leave your tippy toes down. Or if you really want to take it up a notch, lift those feet completely off the ground. Beautiful. So feel the twisting in your torso happening through that oblique. Slowly moving you to the left, coming back to center. Let's try to keep our elbows in line with those shoulders to work those shoulders here a bit more as well. We're not letting those hands come up above those shoulders. The further out we have those hands away from our chest, the more challenging it's going to be. If you need it a little bit lighter, you can bring those hands in towards your chest. So always options to make it more or less challenging or to adapt the workout more to you without ever even having to change your springs. That's the beauty of the micro, is we use the floor as an extension. We're going to twist to the left to our challenge point in 5, In 4, 3, 2, 1. Now little pulses out, out. Last 10. Grab your other cable, meet me in a squat behind your back platform in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Grab your other cable, one in each hand. Meet me in a wide squat. Now from here, you're gonna come down to the bottom of your squat. We go right into bicep curls. We are in a hold in the lower body. So we're just focusing on curling those arms in and out. If it's too light, walk further away from your machine. If it's too heavy, scoot closer. So my toes are facing about 45 degrees. I'm trying to sink my booty down to my hip level. I'm making sure it is back. I'm sitting deep into that seat. Nice job. Now because those toes are turned out to 45, you're also gonna feel those inner thighs engaged. Nice and slow with these curls. Nice job. Obviously, we want to keep those elbows as high as possible to engage those shoulders more. But if it's too much, yes, you're welcome to drop those elbows down towards the rib cages. We're gonna hold your curl in 10, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold it in. Lift that right heel, drop it. Lift that left heel, drop it. If this is too much, if you feel this in your knees, you're just holding that curl in. Here's 10, here's 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, both heels down in 4, 3, 2, 1, both heels down. I want you to send those elbows up. Pretend you're hugging a tree or a friend. Your elbows have a significant bend here. Think of hugging that tree. You're still at the bottom of your squat. Now squeeze those shoulder blades together. Open it up. Slowly release it back out. You have tension the entire time. Open it back up. Slowly let it come back to center. Nice work. You're doing so good. We are getting so close to going right back into our left side. You are 2/3 of the way through class. Let that motivate you. Let that make you realize how much you've already done and how much you're capable of. Nice work. We're gonna squeeze those shoulder blades together in 10 seconds. Think of squeezing that pencil. Meet me at your challenge point in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, squeeze them. Lift your right heel, lower. Lift your left heel, lower. You've got it. Right heel, lower. Left heel, lower. Here's 8, 7. Meet me in a tabletop position. We're gonna go into our one arm tricep kickback here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I'm gonna set my left cable down, just holding it in my right hand. Tabletop position, knees stacked under my hips. My left hand is on my platform, or you can bring it to the ground in the well. Now from here, elbows glued to the side. Lift that hand up towards the ceiling. Slowly lower. Do not let that elbow come out from the rib cage. Elbow is completely still. The movement is happening through lifting that hand towards the ceiling, slowly coming back in. I want you to try to stop when that forearm is right under the elbow. Slowly send it back out. Nice job. We're doing so good here. Really feeling that tricep work. Trying to get that shake going. We're gonna hold this up in just 10 seconds. Hold it up in 5. Hold it up in 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down an inch. Press up 1. Last 10. Switch arms in 9, in 8, 7, 6, 5. Grab your other cable. Toss this one onto your carriage in 4, 3, 2, 1. Toss this onto your carriage, grab the other cable, place it in your left hand, right into that tricep kickback for the left arm. Left elbow now glued to your rib cage. Elbow does not move. Forearm goes up towards the ceiling, slowly back in. Nice job. Let's make sure those knees are under those hips here. If it helps you to bring that right hand down to the ground inside the well, please do that. Nice flat back. Not taking this at all in your lower back. Pull your belly into your spine. Perfect. After this, we go right into our into our torso twist for that left oblique. But first, we're gonna hold this to our challenge point. In 5, in 4, 3, 2, 1, send it out. Hold it, come in an inch, press out 1, facing the right, sitting on our tailbone in 5, in 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a seat behind your back platform. Sitting on your tailbone. If you're looking at the front of your machine, then you are to the right. So you're facing the right. Now, hands start right in front of the center of your chest. Slowly twist through your torso until you're facing the right. Slowly come back in until hands are in front of your chest. We're trying to keep our elbows up in line with those wrists so we don't put awkward tension on the wrists. We're also never crossing our midpoint here, so do not come in past that midpoint. Now really focusing on that left oblique. We already did an oblique series in the start of class. We're just doing a mini one here with this and scrambled egg before we finish today's class in lower body. Nice work. Remember, if you want more of a challenge, lift those heels off the ground with tippy toes down, or even more of a challenge, lift those feet completely off the ground. We're meeting in our challenge point, rotating to the right, twisting through that torso in 5, in 4, 3, 2, 1, meet me there. Little pulses, out. Out, we go scrambled egg. Place this on your left foot in 10, in 9, right knee comes behind the back platform, hands in the well in 4, 3, 2, and 1. So from here, I'm going to place this handle on my left foot. You can either bring your right knee up to the platform or down to the ground behind it. My hands are in the well, but they're wide enough for the carriage to still come through. I have a nice straight left leg. My toes are pointing down towards the ground. My right hip is right above my right knee. Now I slowly send my left toes down towards the left corner of the room. Sweep it back up until ankle is back in line with my hip. Perfect. So theoretically here, you should be lighter in that right hand, possibly even placing it on your back or sending it out in front of you. Perfect. Or maybe we're just coming up to our fingertips in the right hand to make sure we're not sending our weight to the right side. Let's try to keep those hips even. Let's think of that tray on our back. Don't let that lower back droop here. We send those toes down in 10 seconds to the bottom corner. Meet me there in 5, in 4, 3, 2, 1. Send them towards the bottom corner. Scoop up 1 inch. Drop it down 1. Here is 10. We're going to bring that knee up to hip height in 6, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it up to hip height. Open up that knee. It is now externally rotated. Knee is in line with the hip. Now press through the heel. Straighten your leg. You are in Froggy Kicks. Perfect. Nice job. Slow Froggy Kicks right here. Let's warm up that left glute. We're going to reverse the legs as we go back. So we're going to do everything opposite as we did for the right side. We're doing so good. 20 seconds here, full range of motion. After this, we're gonna grab our other cable. We're gonna put on another light spring, and we're gonna go into that micro super lunge in 10, in 5, in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, add a second light spring. Grab your cable for me, your other cable, one in each hand. Left foot is now forward. I like mine under the back platform, but I'm making sure that my ankle actually doesn't touch the rail. I don't want to take weight out of it and lean forward. Now my back leg is behind that left leg, nice and straight to start. Left knee stacked right above that ankle. Now I'm gonna slowly press through that left heel, dip my right knee down towards the ground, 2 90-degree angles in the legs at the bottom of this. My row is in. I press through that left heel. I slowly let that row out, and that's what straightens my right leg. It never straightens all the way. Always keep a bend in it. So we lower that right knee down as we row in. We press through that left heel, straighten that right leg as we release that row. So good. Keeping those hips squared. So you're gonna notice this is going to feel a little bit different than it did on your other side, because this is one of the first ones we're doing, where before, this was one of your last ones. Beautiful. We're gonna lower this down in 15 seconds. We're gonna hold it in 6, 2 90-degree angles on those legs, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, row in, elbows straight back, high five the wall behind you with those elbows, 2 90-degree angles in the legs, press through that left heel, come up 1 inch, drop it down 1, up just 1 inch, drop it down 1, that is what's moving the right knee, is you pressing through that left heel, up 1, down 1 for 5, hold in stillness at the bottom in 4, 3, 2, 1, little pulses in with those arms. You are in your row, pulse it back, back, back for 7. For 6, we go full range in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, full range of motion. We have 20 seconds, that's it. We're going into leg sweeps. After this, if we're looking at the front right now, we come to the right side of the machine. We hang on to the handle in the right hand, place the left cable on your carriage in 5, in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Left cable on the carriage. The cable that was in your right hand comes to your left foot. You drop down to your right forearm, somewhere around number 2 or 3 here. Now from here, we're gonna start with that ankle in front of the hip to the side. We press through that left heel. We sweep it back until your leg is in line with your hip and shoulder. So think of being in a modified side plank here. We're not laying all the way down. We're really still activating now that right oblique, using your core, using your upper body. If you need to come all the way down, that's fine, but knowing that your heart rate is going to drop is key. And we're in that last little portion of class, so we really want to keep that heart rate up. Beautiful. We're trying to get that cardiovascular portion as well as the muscle endurance and the strength training. Nice job. 15 seconds until we sweep it back and hold it. In 5, in 4, 3, 2, 1. Little clockwise circles. Leg is straight. Little clockwise circles here. They're small, they're not big. Feeling the outer thigh engage. Feeling that glute working. Here's 6. We go counterclockwise in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Counterclockwise here. Here's 10. Here's 9. You've got this. 8, 7. We're going to take our cables off after we finish this move. Here's 5. Don't take them off yet. 4, 3, 2, 1. Start with that straight leg. Bend that knee in until it reaches your hip. You have that reverse L, that 90-degree angle in your leg. You press through the heel. High five the wall behind you. Woo, really feeling that booty work here. Nice and slow. You have 30 seconds. Perfect. Last 20. We take both cables off. We drop down to one light spring. We go into our floor escalator in 6. In 5, both cables off in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Quickly take them off. This is not a long break. It is not a break at all. It's just a quick adjustment of those springs, taking the cables off here. One light spring. Right foot down to the ground behind your front platform. Left foot on the carriage. Slowly into your floor escalator. One light spring. We're coming down so low that that knee is in line with your hip. Your ankle, left ankle is right under that knee. Right hip is high. Back leg is straight with just a slight bend in that knee so it's not locked. Then we drive through that left heel. We come up 4. Up 3, 2, and 1. All the way down for 4. All the way down for 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. Keep going. Last light move for your left side before we finish with our 2 heavy moves, and then 1 or 2 core moves. And then you're done. We're almost there. You have made it this far already. Let's make sure that chin isn't tucking into your chest. We have that imaginary apple here between our chin and our chest. I actually like to kind of pull my chin back to maintain that neutral spine, almost creating a double chin. We're going to come down to the bottom of this escalator in just 10 seconds. Meet me there in 5, in 4, 3, 2, 1. Meet me there. Hold it. Now soccer kick it forward and back. Only the carriage moves here. Press through that left heel. Send the carriage forward and back. Right heel is high. Just kick that carriage forward and back. You've got it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Ankle comes back under the knee in 3, 2, 1. Come up with me. 4. Up with me. 3, 2, 1. You have 10 seconds. 1 heavy spring or whatever you were on for your heavy escalator. Most of us, I think, were on 1 heavy, maybe 1 heavy, 1 light. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Make it fast. Just take that light spring off. All you have to do is bend over. Heavy spring on. Left foot to your carriage. Option to bring that right foot down to the ground. Meet me at the bottom of your escalator. Yes, it's heavy, I know. Back leg is straight, just a slight bend in that knee. Now, just like before, press through that left heel. Slowly straightening that left leg for 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way down. Resist any temptation to let that momentum of the heavy spring pull it in for you. I want you to focus on going even slower with this heavy than we did with it light. It's heavy, it wants to just yank that carriage in. Do not let it. Left toes stay light here. So good. Keep pressing through that left heel. Hips stay squared. Perfect. Woo, trying to get that shake here. Trying to get to that complete muscle exhaustion. We have 15 seconds until we come down to the bottom and hold it. There in 7, in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it at the bottom. Little kicks forward and back. Ankle stops under the knee. Kick that soccer ball forward and back. Here's 10. You've got this. 9, 8. We're so close. 7, 6. Ankle will meet under the knee in 5, in 4, 3, 2, 1. Full range, 20 seconds. Press through that left heel. Slowly coming up, all the way back down. We're gonna turn around. We're gonna go into our runner's lunge to finish lower body in 10 seconds. Here's 5. Left foot up to the front platform, right foot to the carriage in 3, 2, and 1. Last lower body move. You have less than 4 minutes left in class today. You're gonna come down to the bottom of your lunge in your left leg. Left knee right above the ankle, straighten that right leg, just a slight bend in the knee. Now, we bend that right knee until it comes in under the hip. Slowly straighten that right leg back out. Woo! I know it's hard. This is the last move instead of the first move for this side. I get it. It's different. Woo. Keep your core strong. We're not rounding that chest. We're not collapsing that chest. Our spine stays neutral. Our core is engaged. Remember, that's the beauty of Lagree. Your core is strong. Your core is engaged in all of our lower body moves as well. Just like with many of our core moves, our upper body is engaged. It truly is a full body workout. You've got this. 15 seconds until that back knee comes in under our hip. 2 90-degree angles in the legs. Remember, you're welcome to use those handlebars to get lower, to get deeper, hinging the hips, but not transferring our weight out of our lower body. Meet me in those 2 90 degrees in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands come to prayer. Lower an inch, lift an inch. Lower an inch, lift an inch. Here's 8. Here's 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, all the way down in 2, 1. Straighten. Full range of motion. You have 20 seconds. We're gonna go 1 light spring to finish class. We're gonna go into our spoon. 10 seconds. You have less than 2 minutes. Here's 5. Here's 4, 3, 2, 1. 1 light spring. Hands come up to those handlebars. You're almost done. Don't give up now. Finish it out with some center core. Hands on those handlebars. If you don't have handlebars, I want you to hold a plank with little tiny pikes. So those heels are on your carriage. Those shoulders are right above the wrist. And I want you to pike those hips up. Use your core, scoop it. Almost think of a reverse plank to pike. 4, 3, 2, 1. We slowly come down. If you want an extra challenge, add your tricep dip at the bottom. Press up. Hold those hips back up. 30 seconds here. Nice work. We finish class today in a forearm plank. 20 seconds. Keep your spoon going. Let's get that last little cardio burst here. Here's 10, 9. Hands come to the carriage, or forearms come to the carriage. Feet to the front platform in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet to the front platform, hands to the carriage. Last move of the day. Nice job, everybody. We're gonna finish in a 63-minute class. So good. I know it's hard. We are almost there. Hold that plank. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Now slowly, we're gonna go into our mountain climbers. Right knee comes in, left knee comes in. If you really wanna get that heart rate up, you can go faster. If you wanna focus more on a Lagree style final move, then do this slow. 30 seconds to go. That's it. Finishing so strong. Core doesn't move. Upper body doesn't move. Elbows under the shoulders. 20 seconds right here. Finish it out. 15 seconds. Thank you so much for joining me. Here's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Nice job completing that 63-minute class. Longest one I've done on the micro. If anyone has any questions or feedback, feel free to type it on that chat, or I'm happy to stick around and we can chat about anything. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a great day. Thanks, Janice. Thanks, Jill. Make me lose my game when you call